Howdy folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, the Mighty Bjorn, and today for you, I have an Armored Warfare video, taking time to give you a preview of the T-90A Burlak, or actually how I've taken to call it, Bilat. But this is a new Tier 8 Premium that's going to be coming to Armored Warfare sometime soon. I don't know exactly when, and I don't know exactly how. I don't know if it's going to be a loot crate tank, if it's a future battle path tank. I really don't know much of anything on how this is going to be coming. I suspect it's going to be probably in the shop, though. Now, I'm just going to go over here to show you that there is actually upgrades for this tank. This is one of those things that keeps pissing me off about Armored Warfare. I wish they'd stop that shit. If you're going to sell me a tank, sell me the tank. Don't make me go through circles or pay to unlock what I've paid for, but whatever. Armor diagram. Taking time now showing you the armor diagram of the vehicle and more or less just showing you the effectiveness of the armor. I'm just showing you with the 125mm gun ammo that comes with the tank. This is the Sabo round that I'm showing you right now, and I do believe it's the exact same rounds that comes with the Tier 8 T-90A, and that's going to be very close to what the Leopard fires and what the M1 Abrams fires, even though they have a bit more penetration. So there might be a couple areas that the M1A2 can pen and the Leopard 2A5 can pen. That's not being shown here. Now just going to show you the heat round, and it is definitely more protective against the heat round, except for one little problem. I noticed the vision block is weak against the heat rounds, and you'll see that here shortly as well with ATGMs. Of course, the side armor is butter. Now, one area I would avoid shooting on the side is if you look on the side, there is 3 armor plates on each side. I would avoid shooting those with any shape charge ammunition, ATGMs, or heat rounds. It doesn't really show it here, but I would avoid shooting those areas as a just-in-case measure. So now, I'm going to show you the model here a bit again, and I kind of fumbled here, but I'm going to re-show the armor diagram. But I'm going to show you first with the Terminator, and I'm not going to focus on the autocannon, but I am going to focus on the ATGMs on the Terminators. Now, what I'm showing you here is the BMPT 2017, which honestly is the heavier armored, and honestly, I feel the best version of the Terminator. Now I'm going to show you the Bradley ATGMs here. I'm going to show you the upgraded Bradley ATGMs. As you can see, the turret range for both the Terminator and the Bradley here is actually a weak area with its ATGMs. It's a little bit more noticeable with the Terminator than the Bradley, but yeah, there's a bit more weak areas. So the armor does not hold up so well to the really powerful ATGMs of Tier 8. Now let's show you some statistics here, and I'm just doing a comparison of the T-90 Bilat, the T-90A, the M95 Degman, and the Merkava Mark III. And honestly, out of the 3 vehicles, while the Merkava wins in the damage per minute, I honestly feel the M95 Degman wins overall. It's got the better armor. It's got the better speed. The gun's got a better rate of fire, unless you got the 2 rounds loaded up and you can pull the double tap. The gun is a weaker gun, but I also have the 120mm mounted in the Degman and not the 125. And there's even areas where the T90 beats the T-90 Bilat. Also, there's going to be some stuff I didn't like about the stats there, and it was mostly during gameplay I noticed this. And just showing you some gameplay here now. And this is on Onyx. And right now I'm getting the weak shots here on the M1 Abrams, and I'm just firing heat rounds. I actually just fire heat rounds this whole match because I'm the typical heat spam and meme lord. It really doesn't generally feel all that bad. The armor package feels better than the than it does for the T-90A. The gun felt quite hard hitting. You know, it kind of feels like one of those hoagies with extra peppers that's got to run through your colon. You know the kind I'm talking about, the kind that makes you pray. And it just kind of rolling out here, just doing the battle. I'm actually heading for the second objective now. I kind of had a bit of a brain fart and wanted to show you from the beginning of the match, but really couldn't. Now, one thing I did notice about the M95 Degman, and this is why I feel kind of fooled by the stats on paper, is the acceleration actually feels slow. Honestly, I've seen an ass pull milk carts faster than this thing accelerates. I'm not sure if that was just a weird instance. I mean, sometimes the acceleration feels great. Other times it feels completely horrid. And it feels like it takes forever to get it to spool up to maximum speed. Now, once it gets up to max speed, or at least the higher end speed spectrum, it does roll really well. Definitely better than, say, the Merkava. That being said, though, the armor packaging, in my opinion, is better on the Merkava. Plus, the Merkava has a hard kill APS. Now, this does as well, but you got to do missions to unlock the hard kill APS, because God forbid you buy a tier 8 premium and you actually get what you fucking paid for. But I'm not going to get into that. Now, you know, how does Papa Vladimir feel about this? Well, there's a little bit of bias here, but I would say I'd say he gives it 4 cheeky breekies out of 5.
Ano, cheeky breeky в дамке!
I'm going to let the footage roll a little bit more here just to show you some more in-game play action of the T-90A Burlak. It didn't feel horrible. That being said, I just feel that there might be, I don't know if I want to say better, or at least better suited tier 8 premiums. I mean, there's 2 different tier 8 Terminator, well, there's multiple tier 8 Terminators that are premium, but essentially you have the Terminator prototype, which is like the Terminator Reaper, the Terminator Sapphire, and I think there's another one in that mix, I'm not sure. There's also the Terminator prototype itself. Then there's also the BMPT 2017 Terminator, which I feel is the best Terminator in the game. It doesn't got the best speed, but it's got slightly less mobility for its better armor. And honestly, in that case, the mobility for armor feels justified. I'm not always a big guy on armor. I usually go mobility. I prefer mobility over armor, which is why I don't like the Challengers. But that's a separate case in itself. The Martyr 2 is also another good option for tier 8. This doesn't feel like a horrible tier 8 premium. I just feel there's better suited tier 8 premiums, especially even if you just look at the M95 Degman. So I really don't know if I could actually recommend buying this vehicle. It's not horrendous. I wouldn't say it's great either. And it's got a couple turnoffs. But yeah, I mean, the double tap ready rack is nice. Rolling up into a battle, fresh battle, and just double tapping like a madman always feels great. You know, rule number 2, the double tap always feels good. But anyway, folks, I'm actually going to wrap the video up at that. That's my opinion and how I feel about the T-90A Burlak, the new tier 8 that's going to be coming soon. It's not bad. It just doesn't feel great either. I don't really know how to explain it in the realm of tier 8s. And there's a lot of tier 8 premiums to choose from, let alone there's a lot of decent tier 8 non-premium tanks to choose from, such as the M1A2 and the Merkava Mark III. So this is kind of, it feels in a weird spot, folks. I don't know how to put it. But anyway, thank you all very much for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and have yourself a wonderful day.